Hey guys, so continuing with our theme of self-awareness, I wanted to talk a little bit about the self by talking about what it's not. It's not the mind and it's not the heart. The mind and the heart are two things that we kind of allow our lives to be ruled by a lot of the time. Our mind thinks thoughts without us asking it to. It's one thing that I found very interesting to finally understand about the mind was that it's kind of like any other bodily function, in the sense of like, okay, our heart just keeps beating and it does it automatically. No, we don't really have control over our heart, but our brains, we put a bunch of stuff in there. My hair's looking great. And it spits out information according to what we've put in there, and sort of our mind frame, the state of mind that we're in. It's useful when we use it well. It's fantastic. It's actually one of the most amazing, if not the most amazing things on the planet is, I mean, I don't know about other animals, but the human mind as we know it is pretty dang special. It, as Michael Singer says, you know, it put the people in space. It makes stuff like that. But then on the other hand, it does its own thing when you're not using it itself, and it says some stuff, and you believe it. Not you specifically. It's a generally one believes it. Because it's coming from inside your own heads and it's in your own voice. So why wouldn't you, right? That's it's kind of hard. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, am I ever gonna get enough sleep? So it's a tool, but then also it kind of gets in our way, because it's just generates thoughts by itself, and it comes up with narratives that maybe aren't actually based in reality. And then there's the inner dialogue that trips us up a lot. So I guess we'll go into this further later, but you know, these narratives that you give yourself, you know, you frame reality a certain way, and you tell yourself a story, and you react to that story, not to what's actually happening. And granted, you know what? Your story could be very close to the truth, or it could not be. I've just been in so many interactions with people where it's like, that is not what I thought you were thinking. Like, you know what I mean? Like we think we know what other people are doing, thinking, and we know their motives. But the thing is, anytime you ascribe a motive to somebody, this is completely off subject. I have found anytime that I ascribe a motive to someone, it has to do more with me than them. So, yeah, our brain comes up with all this shit, excuse me, based on our past experiences, social conditioning, and just the crap that we watch on TV, quite frankly. Now, our heart is where our emotions are, right? And emotions, you feel those, right? We all feel them, and we want more of the good ones and less of the bad ones. And by good and bad, I mean positive, negative, or comfortable, like pleasurable versus discomfortable. Discomfortable? It's a new word. You heard it here first. So the thing about our emotions is that's where we act and react from, right? We might think that our thoughts, our logical brain is what's driving our actions. But really, when you take a really close look, it generally is not. Most cases, you have an emotion about something, and then you justify it with your thoughts. But with emotions, you can take it. I mean, you are, like we said, you're the observer. You can take a step back. You can watch the emotion, even if it's uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable, I know, and it's uncomfortable, and you don't want to deal with it. But it's better to allow it to go through your system than to get stuck, have it get stuck, because that makes more problems. So, and it's not that we ignore them at all. We just allow them, and we don't listen to the chatter in our minds. Okay, you can say whatever you want. It's like when I go to the gym, right? This is getting long, but it's like when I go to the gym, right? It's like my brain's like, I don't want to go on that machine. I don't want to do this exercise. I don't want to do that. And I'm just like, you know what? Say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. We're gonna go do that exercise, but you can go ahead and complain about it. It's fine. And eventually it stops. Anyway, the point is that we are the observers of our thoughts and emotions. We are not our thoughts and emotions. And that is one of the most crucial things to understand, I think, in life. And knowing this, we can use this information to gain more perspective, and detach from the chatter and the heart things that are happening. So just allow those things to flow through you, but observe them and don't identify with them. It's basically what I'm trying to say. So that's that. And I am just going to say to you guys, as I tend to do, that even if you do feel like your heart is who you are, and you do feel like your mind is who you are, they're not. And you can't always choose to have a grateful day.